Oi. So I watched two movies last night. The first one was Rogue, which is an Aussie film. It's one of those, killer animal sort of films, and over the years they've been flogged to death, and a lot of them are pretty terrible. But this is a really good one as far as killer animals go. Um, it's set in the Northern Territory, which is a really beautiful part of Australia. And I love to see shots of the Northern Territory in films. It's just, yeah, so the scenery in this is just fantastic. Um, the story itself it's pretty straightforward. It's a bunch of tourists going out on a boat and running into trouble, aka the crocodile. Um, so there's nothing new with the story. Um, the crocodile mostly is CGI by the looks of it, and I have a problem with CGI. I don't love it in movies. Um, this is CGI is done well as far as the crocodile looks good. I mean, some CGI just looks appalling, but they did quite well with the CGI. I'd always like to see a big model crocodile being moved around, but that's not always what they do these days. But yeah, so CGI wise, it looks good. The actors are all great, and pretty much if you like killer animal movies and you haven't seen this, you really need to check it out because it is quite a good film as far as killer animals go. Nothing new, but quite enjoyable, and yeah, beautiful scenery. The other one I watched was Children of the Corn Genesis, and so this is like part 10 or something. I don't know if that you count the remakes. It's roughly around the 10th in the franchise. As a whole, the franchise isn't really that good. It's probably more watchable than some franchises. As a whole, not the first ones or anything like that. I would say, compared to The Howling or Amityville Horror, this is a slightly better horror franchise, more watchable, but it's not great. Let's be honest. They all become the same: children running around a cornfield, stabbing people with pitchforks and killing them, and blah blah blah. Difference with this one though, it doesn't have that element. It sort of goes on a different train of thought, and I really liked it for that fact. It's not a whole bunch of kids and pitchforks and that sort of thing. It's completely different. It's in a little farmhouse and it stays there the whole time. Children-wise, there's nearly none. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it too much, but as far as this is probably the better installment in the series for a long, long time. It sort of just freshens it up a bit, and I really dug it. It's kind of creepy and spooky in this little farmhouse, and you're not sure who you can trust or who the characters can trust and that sort of thing. It just had a lot of interest in it that, yeah, I just really enjoyed it. It's low budget and it works really well within that low budget. There's a cool little interview with the director at the end, 5 or 10 minutes worth, and he talks about having the low budget and how he got around it, and he's done really well. So this is just a really interesting, spooky take on the Children of the Corn franchise. And if you're a fan of the franchise, if you're a Children of the Corn purist, you might not dig it because it isn't quite the same as the other ones. But if you don't mind the Children of the Corn franchise, you're a little bit jaded and bored with it, pick this up. It is quite interesting and a little bit different. So yeah, both of them, I would rate them and recommend them. Rogue, definitely. Pick that up if you've never seen that. Children of the Corn, if you like the series and want something a bit different, haven't seen it, this is the thing. Alright, that's about all I got to say. See ya.